Let's just pretend for a moment that your life is a movie with an extremely happy ending, that you were going to ultimately get every single thing that you have on your vision board. Let's pretend that that's how your movie ends. How would that change the way that you decided to live your life right now? What would you give yourself permission to stop stressing so much about? What would you occupy your days with? What kinds of hobbies would you take on knowing that you're ultimately going to get your dream job? What kinds of experiences would you allow yourself to have knowing that you would ultimately end up in your dream relationship? This is the game that I'm playing with my life right now. My husband is actually an actor, so it makes it really fun for me to kind of play this game with him because we always talk about people in the industry who, let's say, like they get cast as a series regular. And what that means is they get sent basically a contract where they're going to be on this next big TV show that is going to be streaming on all these platforms, and it's already signed for 2 or 3 seasons, and they're cast as one of the main characters on that show. That's one of his biggest dreams. And so he and I always talk about what the vibe would be like. Like, imagine knowing that you're about to be on this huge TV show that the whole world is going to be buzzing about, but nobody knows your name just yet. No one really knows you just yet. But every day you're filming for this show, and now you're this like next best secret, and you know your life is about to completely transform. Acting or entertainment might not be your vibe, so I don't want you to take this literally. I just want you to think about this metaphor of knowing that what's on the other end of this period that you're in is greatness and all of your dreams coming true. How much more fun would your life, the menial things that you're doing every day, feel knowing that what's on the other end of this is everything you've ever wanted? I've been tapping into this energy, honestly, all 2024. And it's been so much fun to kind of feel like me and God have this little secret, this little inside joke where I'm up next. I'm the next big thing. And so it's helping me really just double down and enjoy my life right now and not care so much about things that otherwise would have completely consumed me, because I've decided to give myself this certainty that everything that I want is going to come. It's none of my business when it comes, because I'm trusting that God is saving it for the perfect moment. But in the meantime, my only job is to double down and enjoy my life. My only job is to do my best to stay present and focus on all the things that I can only enjoy during this period of my life before things completely take off and transform for me. One of the stories that really helped me kind of tap into this was the story that I love to tell about J. Cole. So J. Cole is one of my all-time favorite rappers, and one of my favorite albums of his is Sideline Story. And he tells this story on the album where he talks about the day that he got signed. So his ultimate dream in life was to be signed to Jay-Z. He talks about this like for years, even before he was really known in the rap game. And then sure enough, as he starts to become more known, Jay-Z signs J. Cole as the first artist to be signed to his label, Roc Nation. So just imagine how that must feel for a young J. Cole to find out that not only is his idol about to sign him, but he is literally making history as the first ever artist to be signed to Roc Nation. But let me just tell you about the story he tells about the day that he got signed. So he describes the story of him with his friends driving around, and they get the text that he got signed, and they're all in the car just freaking out, celebrating, cheering, like going crazy. And then a cop rolls up behind them and they hear the whoop whoop. This is like literally how he tells the story. Obviously their hearts sink. They're also Black men, so there's that. This is literally one of the worst things that could possibly happen. So the cop pulls them over and he has to spend a night in jail. The way he talks about that night in jail is honestly game-changing, because he literally spends a night in jail, not really caring that he's in jail, and looking around at all these people like they have no idea who I am yet. They're about to find out. Like, he literally describes it as the best night in jail he could have ever done, because what was on the other end of that was him literally becoming one of the next biggest rappers in the game. And more importantly, having all of his dreams literally play out before him. And so something as terrible and horrible and potentially traumatic as a night in jail became this funny inside joke between him and God and him and Jay-Z and him and whoever, right? I love just the symbolism of that, of understanding that your perception can literally make a night in jail go from the worst day of your life to one of the funniest, most exciting days of your life, just depending on how you choose to look at it. I know that the difference between maybe what you're experiencing, what I'm experiencing, and what J. Cole experienced is that he got this text that let him know what would be on the other end of that. Whereas most of us are spending this figurative period in jail, right? Not actually knowing if our dreams are on the other end of it. I want you to know though, you don't need Jay-Z to text you. You don't need a confirmation for you to decide that that is what is on the other end of whatever you're going through right now. You don't need that. You can literally decide that. That's where being Delulu comes in. Like, you can literally just decide, I'm going to find my dream relationship. I am going to get my dream job opportunity. I know that I'm going to be living in my dream apartment or dream home. So whatever BS I'm dealing with right now is just preparing me for the life where I will be getting those things. So how can that understanding and that level of certainty and confidence in everything coming true for you help color this moment of your life? How can this actually help you look at this time period, dare I say it, as exciting? How can it help you look at it as the part in the movie that needs to happen before the happy ending? When we watch a movie, we see characters struggle or go through something traumatic or sad or difficult. As the viewer, we start to already know that they're going to have a happy ending. There needs to be this contrast created where the hard times make the happy ending so much sweeter, because it would be a boring movie if the whole thing was just happy. Like, we need to fall in love with the character through the lens of all the things that they've been through before we can care about the fact that they got everything that they wanted. Like, that part doesn't make us cry just because they're having a happy life. It makes us cry and get emotional and get happy for this character because we saw them struggle and try so hard before they could get there. I don't say this to glamorize the difficult things that you're going through. I just say them to help you understand that your dreams will feel so much sweeter because of everything that you're dealing with right now. You're going to feel so much more grateful for those dreams because of how confused you feel right now, because of how lost or scared you might feel right now. Everything in your life is going to change when you can think greater than your circumstances. If you can only think thoughts and hold on to beliefs based on where you are at in life right now, you are only going to create more of what you have right now. The only way you will get out of this place, whether figuratively or literally, is if you can believe greater than what you're living right now. So that's what I'm telling you to do. Believe that there is going to be something greater and better. Just double down, be audacious enough, and be stubborn enough to believe in that, regardless what people are trying to tell you, regardless what your circumstances say, regardless what other evidence shows you. Be audacious enough to believe in the dream that you want and allow that to color what you're experiencing right now through a more positive and hopeful lens. That's really just the key to manifesting, my love. Like, people try to talk about it like it's this magical thing. It's really not. It's actually a lot more scientific than a lot of us let on. If you are thinking thoughts at a frequency greater than the energy that is provided to you in the life that you have right now, this life will no longer be compatible with the frequency that you are operating at. You will be operating consistently at this higher frequency, and then you will start to magnetize things that are at that frequency, and you will start to detract things that are not matching that frequency. J. Cole was not about to stay in jail because jail and whatever other hardships he was experiencing were not a match to the person that he was becoming. He was becoming this person even in that environment. And that is why he attracted no other than Jay-Z, one of the greatest in the game. He was a match to that. And so that's what found him. So much so that even this stupid thing that is not compatible to him, like a night in jail, he colored that differently. He literally made it this funny little story that he now gets to tell on all these podcasts. I want you to understand that nobody has the power to do that but you. You have the power to decide, to be certain that everything that you want is on its way to you. And your only job is to operate in that frequency and to operate in that belief. I believe in you so much, but that really doesn't matter, my love. You need to believe in yourself. I want that for you so, so, so much. Let me know what this brought up for you, or if there are any questions you have about this. I love you so much. And as always, stay powerful, my love.